Going on, guys? I had a easy day at work today. Got off at 6, so yeah, they really don't want me to get into penalties. So had an easy day, enjoying some time on my balcony. Gonna let some people get into the chat, answer you guys' questions if you guys got any questions. Yeah, let some people get in here. Hopefully you guys had a good day today. I love this weather. It's perfect. Perfect. It was like 90 earlier, which is a little too hot, but at the same time, it's way better than the winter. What's going on, Hawkeyes? I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. I've had overtime all day this week. Still get home in time to, cook dinner and, relax. I'm on my balcony right now, getting some fresh air. Me and my brother were just talking about growing some spinach and strawberries, so we'll plan on doing that, when I get some time. I just ordered the strawberries on Amazon and spinach, so how are you doing, Hawkeye? What's going on, Marco? What's the raise like turning PTF? So I'm still at that step. It's at the step AA, and it's I'm at 22.13 an hour, obviously before all the overtime hits. So it's a pretty decent jump from the 19 you are as a CCA. So it's a couple dollars more an hour, but you don't get paid holidays. Like the holiday coming up, we won't get paid holidays, but you do get premium pay and all the career benefits. What's going on, Vince? You make regular yet? No, I'm still a PTF. One of our carriers on City 56, he retired, not officially, but he's gonna have like the weekend off and use all of his sick leave. So that's kind of what they do. They use all their sick leave, but that route is very desirable. It's a lot of businesses, and it's a cupcake route, super easy. What's going on, Fred? What's going on, Jacob? I've been killing it in Colorado at a PTF, just one day off a week. Nice, man. You got the benefits of being a PTF. Colorado is, I saw in like the top 5 most expensive places to live, but I want to see my brother talks about it all the time. He wants to go see the mountains. Had a 9-hour day today on one of our longest routes. Feels like an off day. Yeah, 9 hour. Anything under 10 hours feels like a day off. Like 8 hours that's not even working in my opinion. Do they have a freeze on hiring CCAs? Edwin, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about a hiring freeze. We haven't hired any new CCAs in our office since our last CCA. He's been here for at least a few months. So that's yeah, we haven't hired anybody new because we have a lot of help right now. So I'm sure by the summer, when it gets really hot, maybe we'll have some people quit. So we'll see if they start hiring people. We've been reduced to pretty much 8 hours a day. We went from 7 to 8 CCAs this time last year, and now we have 20 plus. Yeah, it's good that we're keeping people, but at the same time, that cuts at our hours, and we're not making as much overtime and money. Because I remember working every day was 11, 12 hours every day, half route every day. Now it's like if I get 2 hours, I'm happy. So it's definitely changed since since the pandemic and stuff. It's sad to see. I love making that overtime, and there's offices around my area that need help every single day. So hopefully, if my hours get super drastically cut, they allow me to keep doing that. But right now, there's overtime in my office, so I'm sorry to hear that about the 8 hours. What's going on, Curtis? What are any of you guys expecting out of the negotiating contract? Well, the big thing that I'm hoping for, and I'm sure everybody else in this chat's hoping for, is that the CCA position just gets eliminated. Everybody gets hired straight to PTF. Everybody gets career benefits from day one. That's what I really hope happens, because you know CCAs is the cheap labor, and start everybody at PTF at 22.13 or whatever, and you know there'll be less people quitting, and a lot more happy carriers. Also, they don't have CCAs here anymore in Colorado. Yeah, a lot of places they're eliminating CCA altogether. My area still has CCAs, but there are some offices that completely don't hire CCA anymore. It's straight to PTF. But those are like the bigger offices, the offices that are dire need of people. So every day it seems like there's more offices going to that, hiring straight to PTF, which is good to see. What's going on, Marco? Hell yeah, turn in PTF in October. That's awesome. Perfect timing too. Perfect timing. That's awesome. Strawberries are amazing. I'm doing good, thanks. That's good. And yeah, I can't wait to grow these because strawberries are one of my favorite fruits other than bananas. So grow some strawberries and spinach. Two things I eat daily. Do we get the holidays off? I know some we don't. It depends. Like when I was a CCA, I was working basically every holiday. I didn't get premium pay as a CCA. Now that I'm a PTF and I would get premium pay on Sundays, now they don't have me working Sundays. So it just depends on the office. But yeah, most expect to work most holidays, because that is, even if it's a Monday, you're probably just doing packages. Some offices do mail, the ones that are in dire need. Thoughts thoughts on everything going digital and post office being no more. The post office is always going to be around. Like you see our package volume, it's insane. So yeah, mail is going to go away eventually, but the package delivery, it's just the tip of the iceberg for package delivery. We're making so much money on packages. Everyday 12s here in Northeast Ohio. Yeah, that's where I got to transfer to, Kevin. I got to transfer to your office. Make a road trip to Ohio. Post office ain't going nowhere, bro. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Definitely no freeze. Our turnover rate is in my office 84%. Yeah, that's crazy, Kevin. Well, you just said you're working 12-hour days, so that's why. But yeah, the post office ain't going nowhere, and the turnover rate, we gotta help that. I start June 5th as a CCA. Any advice, tips? So, if you're starting June 5th at your office, or are you starting at orientation academy? Because if you're starting at the orientation, just take it a day at a time, soak it all in, enjoy that easy money. Once you get to your office, those carriers know your routes better than I would, because they're at your office. They're carrying those routes every single day. So make sure you I can't even read without my glasses. Make sure you ask a lot of questions. Make sure you know just take it one day at a time, and don't be so hard on yourself. Make sure you always have a pen on you. Make sure you don't lose any of the things that they give you, like any keys, any you make sure you check your vehicles and stuff. Like they'll go over all this stuff with you. So just take it one day at a time, and don't be so hard on yourself, because I was really hard on myself when I first started, because I was like, dang, why am I getting this? But it gets better, trust me. Everyone in this chat could tell you it gets better. UPS went on strike, did they? Like the whole company? I gotta look up that, or send a link in the comments. What's up, Fernando? For TSP, do they match 5% of base pay or 5% of your paycheck that pay period? They match. I'm pretty sure it's 5% of your paycheck. I'm pretty sure. After 180 days or what? They're cutting CCA hours back at my station. Looks like they're returning overtime hours to the regulars. Maybe be time to look for another job. Oscar, no. I know the post office, and things happen in little spurts. Like if I'm worried about overtime, it'll be another like few months, and then all of a sudden people start calling off again. Like now, when the weather's going to get super hot, I know there's going to be call offs, 100%. So I'm just ready for the hours to come back. So enjoy the hours cutting back while you can, but at the same time, they're going to come back. Amen. Everyone deserves as much as we work, 65 plus hours weekly. Yeah, that's I wish I was working 65 hours a week, but we definitely deserve it. In my city, there's like 7 post offices. The top 3 CCAs just got converted to regular yesterday. I looked, and I'm number 4 on the seniority list for CCAs out of all the offices. I'm thankful for this job. Yeah, congratulations. You're gonna be right there. No for new PTF. 180 days. I resigned from a California CCA, and I'm reapplying to other states where it's cheaper to live. Yeah, 100%. California is, I wouldn't live there. It's too expensive. Definitely find a cheaper state to work in. 100%. What is a normal start time for a CCA? Roberto, so it depends on the office. When I started, we started at 8. Peak season, you start at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. But now we moved our start time later to 8:30, and we're trying to do that because Chicago's doing that. We do everything the city does, and I'd rather start earlier and finish earlier because if we're working all day long, we're going to be out an extra half hour on the street at night. So I'd rather start earlier, but we've been starting at 8:30 a.m. That's my office and where we're starting. When do you want to turn regular? Tomorrow if I could, but I'm gonna have to wait because things aren't really done in a timely manner in my office. So I'm hoping by the end of next year I'll be a regular. But with all the people that are basically retired, there's 3 people who are basically retired, but their routes are not up for bid or anything yet. So I'm not holding my breath. Like with the contract negotiations, I'm not holding my breath. Same thing with regular. I'm just making my money. 2213. Yeah, that's my pay right now. The starting for part-time flexible. What's up, Postal Mule? How was your day today? I'm still at work making that dough. Hell yeah, keep making that money. I wish I was still at work, but they're watching my hours under a microscope at the moment. Hello, Postal fam. What's going on? B1 sister. Nicholas, I love that name. CCA, how do you apply your annual for vacation? Do you have to do something on light blue or inform management you want to use? When you the best way to do it is talk to management and fill out a form and request annual leave. But if you call off on light blue, you could say the reason sick leave, annual leave. Well, CCA annual leave. So just call off on or just click annual leave for the reason why you're calling off. But I would talk to management first to request annual leave. But most of the time, in my experience, when I was a CCA, they denied my sister's wedding. So your management might be better. So definitely give it a try. Invest in good shoes for the newbies. 100%, Marco. You'll find to realize that an investment in good shoes is a really good investment because at the end of the day, it could be the difference between a blister and not having knee issues or ankle problems. So make sure you invest in some good shoes. Do your research. I wear my Nike Air Monarchs. Make sure they're all black, and those shoes really my knees don't hurt too bad at the end of the day when I wear those. I've worn New Balance, other types of shoes, and they don't do my feet and knees justice like the Monarchs. So that's why I continue to endorse those. Can a CCA transfer another location out of state after probation? Thanks for the content. Yeah, no problem, Jesse. And your best bet would be to resign and reapply at the office you want to go to, because once you pass probation, because management, they paid for your training and all that stuff, so they're not going to want you to go. So the best way to do it would be to resign and reapply to the office you want to go to. That's what's nice about our job. You can go to another state. I could resign if I wanted to go to Indiana eventually. I could, go there. Or there's post offices nationwide, so that makes it a lot more convenient if you want to move. Like if you want to move to Florida or Arizona, you could do that because there's post offices everywhere. I'm an RCA working 50 hours a day on a hold down. Oh wow, that's awesome. 15 hours a day. You're making that money. But RCAs don't see that penalty time, unfortunately. If you were a CCA, you'd be getting it. You'd be getting it. Be an open book and don't quit. Yeah, it does get better. Just put in your time and it'll get easier as you go. You're doing the same thing every day. If you were, let's say you were, I don't know, being like a carpenter or something. If you're doing it every day, you're going to be a master at it eventually. If you're doing the same thing for hours and hours every day, you're going to eventually be good at it. So just put in your time with any skill and you'll be better and it'll be easy. And then the money will be easy. Number 1 on the list to convert to regular. Can't wait. That's awesome, Craig. That's awesome. You're almost there. You're almost there. Luis, any word on CCAs converted to PTFs? No, I heard they're not, they didn't agree on it yet. So I know that's what everybody's hoping for is eliminating the CCA position and, hold on, eliminating the CCA position and, just hiring people straight to PTF. If they saw the benefits, if they saw their TSP grow, if they saw that, they don't got to pay much for the doctor, if they see the, hourly rate to start, a lot less people would quit. I promise you. So hopefully things work out. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping things work out. My station starts at 7:15. Yeah, that's a good time to start because if you work a 12-hour day, the latest you would work is 7:15. Obviously, some stations like someone B1 sister works 15 hours, but if you're working a 12-hour day, it's starting at 7:15. Latest you're gonna end is 7:15. So that's a good time to start. Where are my 204Bs at? Oh no, the 204Bs. Air Force Ones ain't it? Oh, Air Force Ones, you tried those out on the route? I haven't tried those out, but I definitely won't now that you said that. Once I become regular, that's my next path. Up, sir. Here, keep it up, Nick. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Delivered to a door slot the other day and felt something lick my fingers. There was no barking. I hope it was a dog. Oh, man. Oh, that's hilarious, bro. Yeah, I hope it wasn't a house mom. Crazy. Again, thank you for the super chat, and that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm gonna keep that on the screen. That's too funny. Do CCA get health insurance? You do, but you gotta start off and you have like a 60-day window. Make sure you get on that health insurance. Robert or Roberto, they because some people waited past the time that they were going to do it, and then they had to wait a whole nother year to apply for health insurance. So get on that soon. But like I said, if you're a PTF, you get that career insurance, and that's second to none, top tier insurance. You have to get a physical to be hired. No, they didn't. I don't know how it is now, but they didn't drug test. They didn't have to take a physical or nothing. They're basically taking anybody at this point, honestly. Why does the post office let CCAs call out so much 4 times a week or more? If they don't get punished, that's the thing. Like, if you don't face consequences for your actions, people are going to keep doing stuff. So You know, it's if you get in trouble for it, we have our union is so good that you know we don't have to fear about getting in trouble. If you're as long as you're not doing anything crazy, you know, you're not really going to get in trouble. Just do your job, but you know that there call offs are a problem at every office. That just means more money for the other carriers. 43 people in here. I appreciate the support, guys. I really do. I'm going to try to do these live streams as a on a regular basis whenever I can do them. You know, I'm going to try to bring you guys the content. At least bring it down from 2 years, a year to convert. Yeah, maybe the probation period. Work 90 days and then be PTF. That would be a good compromise, right? Work 90 days, boom, PTF. It was a hot day today, and yeah, it was, Sean. It was really hot. Well, 90 degrees is hot for us in this time of year. I made sure I had my water. I ended up going to the grocery store and getting a dragon fruit vitamin water. I was thirsty. All right, let's see these other comments. At my station, CCA started unless they call and say they don't need us, then we have the option to work another station close by. That's good. You got that option that you're able to still get your hours in, whether it's in your office or another office. That's a good thing. How many breaks are you entitled through a normal day? So you have two 10-hour breaks. You could take them whenever. Then you have a 30-minute lunch. My office has a no lunch policy where if we sign a no lunch policy, they won't take the 30 minutes out of our pay. So I signed the no lunch policy. If I work 8 hours, I'm getting paid for 8 hours, not 7.5. So check to see if your office has that, but you're entitled to two 10-minute breaks. Or, you know, I usually take I spread them out. I'll take 5 here, 5 there. But I think if you're a regular, they're more on you about that stuff. But yeah, two 10-minute breaks, Roberto. 10 a.m. Oh yeah, so our newer CCA start at 10 a.m. because when somebody cases up the route for them, uh, they'll set up all the route and have it ready to go. And then by the time 10 o'clock they get in, they just load up their truck and go. My station used to start at 6, but now they pushed it to 7. Oh, 7 in the morning. 6 a.m. would be perfect because I'd be out of here latest 6 o'clock. That would be. I wish they would put it back, but obviously they're trying to start us later, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Young Lee, is it possible for CCAs after probation to have 2+ days straight off? I heard that we couldn't, and I heard that we could. It really depends. I've never had, unless it was like a holiday, like if it was like a Sunday and then a holiday being a PTF, but you know, that's rare. Having 2 straight days, unless you're a regular, and even our regulars sometimes, you know, don't get the 2 days off. But it just depends on your office. It really depends. But I would use your annual leave if you can. Check out Brooks Addiction Walkers. What's the? Oh, are you talking about shoes? Are those shoes? Brooks Addiction Walkers are trash for me. I guess it just depends on who's using them. I'll definitely take a look at them though. What do you think the starting pay will be when the new contract is hopefully signed? Hopefully like at least 23. Hopefully at least a little more. But you know, a good compromise would just be, you know, everyone starts at PTF at 22. I wouldn't be mad at that. But having more starting pay, that'd be great. So hopefully, you know, hopefully more than 22. I heard from my coworker there is no limit to call outs. Supervisor said it's 3 call outs in 90 days, but my steward told supervisor that there's nothing in the book about that. In your first 90 days, I wouldn't even call off. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't call off. I was always early to work. In your 90 days, make sure you give them a reason not to get rid of you. Make sure you show them you want to work, and don't even worry about call offs in your first 90 days. Worry about that after. I just got done with my fingerprinting. That was the last thing. So how long before I hear about training? Fingerprinting takes about a month. It takes about a month. Depending too, I heard if you lived in other states and stuff like that, certain things, if you have something on your record, that also prolongs the process. But in general, it takes about a month. I appreciate that, B1 sister. I appreciate that. You should start a. You said you were an RCA, right? You should, or a rural carrier. You should definitely start a YouTube channel because there's not a lot of RCA or rural carrier stuff on YouTube. I try to talk to some of the rural carriers in my office, but I don't. They're they're just always casing in when we're on the street, and then it's I don't talk to them too much. I try to though. Do you listen to music or podcasts while you're walking on your route? You know what? I did when I first, like, once I got comfortable with the job, I started listening to music. But then after a while, I just want to make sure my senses are, I want to make sure I hear things. I want to make sure I'm aware of my surroundings. I stop listening to music when it's distracting me. So, I wish if I had an all driving route, I would. But when I'm walking, I've had, like, yesterday, I had this wolf dog run up on me, and luckily it didn't bite. It was just being territorial. I found that that's pretty common. Like this dog was huge, and it had it was on a leash, but the leash was long enough for it to get to the stairs where I was putting it in the mailbox, and it was barking at me, and the guy was like, thank you for not acting like crazy, and I was just like, because I was ready to fight. I wasn't gonna run. I was ready to fight. So, uh, I try to stay aware of my surroundings. But when I'm doing package runs and stuff, like yesterday I did a package run. I was listening to music. When you're in the truck, it's different. Do you listen to stuff on the route? Joe Rogan podcast, something? Two 10-hour break, 10-minute breaks. Do I say hours? See, that's from working too much. I'm constantly like burning myself out doing stuff. I'm either working, I'm recording YouTube videos, or I'm cooking, or I'm, making upgrades to my condo. That's so thank you for checking me. Max, start my orientation June 5th here in Southern Cal. Thanks for all the helpful tips. I feel extra prepared. Yeah, 100%. That's why I do these videos. When I started, there was like maybe a few content creators, and you people need to see how the job is, and they'll get a better understanding. And maybe they like, oh, this job is too physical for me, it sounds too physical for me, maybe I shouldn't do it. Or, oh, okay, this is something as long as I get mentally prepared, it's not going to feel like I got hit by a truck. So as long as you're prepared, and you watch all my videos, because my experience, I would say, from hearing so many people message me, comment on my videos, my experience is pretty the standard. It's pretty the standard. So there's some CCAs in my office. They say, I'm so glad you're in our office, because your videos relate to us so much, because they're coming from our office and they know exactly what to expect. So could you explain the contract for hold downs and days off? So, like, I'm on a hold down right now, right? I'm on City 18. Last weekend was the regulars weekend. So by the contract, I got bumped by the floater. So I don't get that day off though. They schedule me in. So I work. I just do two different routes that day. Or two different routes that weekend. So Friday was the regulars Friday. I did City 17, and then Saturday the floater was still on it. I got bumped and then put me on City 38. So once you're a regular, you'll have the days off. But if you're a PTF or a CCA on a hold down, you're just going to be coming in that day. And if the floater's off, like, you might get lucky where that float set, the floater's not there, or we'll agree to, if there's another route open on their float set, they'll switch with you, which is rare. But yeah, you don't get the day off, unfortunately, as a CCA or PTF if you're on a hold down. Do what's called a one-click lunch. What's that, Steven? I never heard of that. Your steward is right. There's nothing in the contract that refers to total number of days. With UPS, you can call out 3 times in a row, and that will be considered one call out. Okay. Oh, you're from UPS. That's exactly where I'd go. If something happened with the post office, I would apply to UPS in a second. Lola. Yeah, UPS is a really good job. Maxing out in 4 years, right? You guys max out in 4 years top pay. How can I maximize my paycheck? Um, so you want to put money into the TSP, you want to put money into your benefits and stuff, but if you really want to maximize your paycheck, I would I would tell management if let's say you're only getting like an hour or two overtime a day. I would go up to management and say, hey, listen, is there any other offices where I could go help after I'm done with our office? Obviously, our office is number one priority, but if I'm not getting the hours that I want here, can I go help out a struggling office and help get the mail delivered? You got to word it right to make it seem like you want to you got to word it right to where they're not doing you a favor. You know what I mean? So help out other offices. That's what I'm trying to do right now. They put a stop on that at the moment, but that's what I'm trying to do. If I don't get the hours in my office, I want to go to Blue Island, Tri-City, all across Chicagoland. That's what I want to do. Roberto, thanks for all the information. Start orientation on May 31st. Yeah, good luck. Make sure you bring a pen, write everything down, ask questions, all that good stuff. Fernando, the CCA position will be abolished with the new contract. I wish we got credit for the time we spent as CCAs, but apparently it will take an act of Congress for that to happen. That's another thing that I really wanted for it to happen is buy back our CCA time, because there were CCAs in my office that were CCAs for 5 years before they turned PTF, before they turned regular. 5+ years of time that doesn't even matter. So, that's something that I wish would happen, but I didn't know it would take an act of Congress for that to happen. That's crazy, but who knows? Anything could happen, but I'm not holding my breath at all. M. Wendy, hi Nick, I'm a rural carrier in Texas, been at it for 20 years. That's awesome. 20 years. That's were you how long were you an RCA for? Also, hopefully they reduce the amount of steps it takes to reach top pay, currently 13.3 years. Yeah, hopefully this contract really benefits the carriers. I'm really hoping, but like I said, I'm not holding my breath on anything. I thought about it. I never have time. Today is the first time in a long time that I got off early. My station usually has 4 to 5 routes open daily. Yeah, that's usually a lot of offices have. It depends how much help they got. Like if they got a lot of CCAs, then 4 or 5 routes is nothing. But if they don't have a lot of help, that's splitting down the middle on each of those routes. So it all depends on if you got the help. But that's good. You got a early day today because you're making a lot of money. Take some time to relax. Good evening from Yonkers. Just got the bad news that I was not accepted to the Mount Vernon post office CCA position. I'll keep applying to post offices in my area, though. Yeah, don't give up. It could be discouraging not getting the job. When I was applying, I applied to like 13 plus post offices in my area. I only got, I think it was like 5 or 6 offers. So don't feel discouraged. Even now, I'm looking for Saturday night work as a bouncer, and I keep getting club owners messaging me back saying, hey, we don't hire part-time, yada, yada, yada. So, it could be discouraging, but, you just got to keep trying and, don't quit. Did you get your discount for cell phone service? If yes, can you let us know how? No, I didn't, but I heard you can on certain plans. There's a lot of stuff I still don't know. And there's someone commented when I bought my condo, they said you didn't use your TSP to buy your place, and there's so much things you could do that I really got to read up on and bring you guys that content. But I heard you can get a discount on your phone plan. If anybody knows, comment below. At UPS, you start out at 24 an hour. Top rate is 43.83 right now. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys can't get into the post office, UPS, man, that's those guys are getting it too. I talked to those guys on my route as well, and you know, they got it just as good as insurance as we do, and they top out in like 4 years, and that's 43.83. That's pretty damn good money. Just made regular, bro. Feeling blessed. Congratulations, Oscar. Congratulations, man. That's what we all strive for, getting that regular spot. I was a CCA for 5 months in Oregon. Yeah, that's not a wait at all. That's yeah, definitely blessed. Someone's looking over you for sure. When is new contract going to be released? You know what? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I hope soon, but I keep saying I'm not holding my breath on that. You know, when it gets released, it'll get released. I'm not I'm just working every day and making that money. And then when they release it, hopefully it benefits all of us. I'm really hoping. RCA for 7 years. These was a freeze, but RCA for 7 years. See, that's 7 years as an RCA. That time doesn't even matter. And you've been with the post office for 20 years, technically 13. You know, they should definitely change that. That's crazy. At UPS, you have to work in the warehouse for a couple years before being a driver. Yeah, that's what I heard too. You gotta it's very competitive to be a driver. That's what I heard. You gotta, you know, be a package handler and do stuff in the office before you you know, get to apply for driving positions. We had in like Harvey and like the really bad areas around me, they're hiring straight to driver at UPS. I've seen like on the UPS website, they're hiring straight to driver. So maybe if you're in like a bad area, but you know, I wouldn't risk getting robbed, especially in Harvey. It's not a terrible area. So so yeah, you have to most UPS, you have to, you know, start off at the bottom and work your way up, and that's with everything, starting from the bottom and working your way to the top. Thoughts on your crazy mayor, Lori Lightfoot? Is the new incoming guy any better than her? I don't like to talk politics. I don't like to talk politics. Message me and I'll let you know my opinion. But on here, I don't like to talk politics. PVO, PTF. Hell yeah, PTF, let's get it. Now RCAs are going regular in 4 years. Oh, at your office? Yeah, that's still a long time. Waiting 4 years to be regular. I don't know how your contract is. I don't know if you guys have that PTF conversion, but 4 years is a long time to be a career. My office is 43. We have 43 city routes and 20 rural routes, and we've had more. It seems like we had more RCAs convert to regular than CCAs. So it's all about timing too. They all got there's like 3 or 4 rural carriers got converted to regular, so they just got in on the right time, and now there's probably not going to be any openings for a while. So it's all about timing. Andy, I'll hit my 2 years as a CCA in October, but they're converting people 2 months early. That's in front of me. Hopefully I'll get converted in 2 months. I hope so. I really hope so, for your sake. Is that the new in the contract? Oh, is that in the contract, Wendy? Is that in the new contract where they have to convert regulars in 4 years? They did at my office where we have openings on routes where one guy hasn't been to work in like since I started, like before I started, which was like 2.5 years ago, and it's been longer than that. So his route was a vacancy, and then but it's not up for bid. There's like 3 other routes that were up for that are vacant basically, and since there's 4 openings, 4 of our PTFs got converted to unassigned regulars. So things like that happen. So I think that's the reason why they had the vacancies on the routes, because nobody was on these routes. People haven't been to work in like years. It's crazy. What has been the heaviest parcel you have dealt with so far in your post office career? I deal with a lot of heavy ones. All of them have like the team lift. It says team lift on it, and I'm just one person. You know, the packages seem super heavy. You know, dog food's always heavy. Amazon packages get pretty heavy. UPS is mostly smaller stuff. The Targets and the Macy's, it's usually small stuff. I wouldn't put a weight. I think our max is like 75 pounds or something like that, but sometimes it feels heavier than that. But, maybe it's just because it's more dense. I don't know. Goes by seniority. When someone retires, routes get posted. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the rural contract, because I'm not too familiar with it. Oop. I was an RCA for 4 years, but it all depends when someone's going to quit or retire or pass away. Yeah, sometimes, carriers want to transfer. Sometimes carriers retire without any warning. We had a guy who, I guess, he was battling cancer. Nobody knew about it. He just came in one day and retired. So, things like that happen. I need to check out the Nike shoes. Are they the regular Monarchs? The Postal shoes I got lasted 6 months. So the Nike Air Monarchs are not Postal approved. So if you get injured, it's going to be an uphill battle from there. But these shoes have been the most comfortable shoes. I've tested at least 4 or 5 different pairs of shoes, and these ones, they squeak once you. I don't even notice it because I'm so like in the zone when I'm working. But these shoes, the Nike Air Monarchs, my feet could hurt way worse than they do. My knees could hurt way worse than they do. So I owe it all to these shoes, and I had one last year, and then I bought a new pair this year, and they're already run down. So it's just because I walk so much. So I'm gonna have to get a new pair soon, but I'm gonna ride them out until they're no good. But they lasted me, because I wear, sometimes if it rains, I'll wear boots. So I don't wear them every single day, but they'll last like 4 to 6 months. When routes become available, bookcase, desk, 50-pound dog. Yeah, bookcase, like furniture is always heavy. Yeah, like tables and desktops and all that stuff. It gets heavy. Nick, do you save money in high yield savings accounts or money market accounts? I'm being close to 5% in my money market account. If you have 10,000 in your account, then you get paid 500. No, I don't. I'm still new to putting money in like savings accounts and stuff like that. Mostly in my checking account, I got a lot. I got a lot of savings. Putting money in my TSP now, so I'm doing research on all that stuff now, and I'm still doing my research on that stuff. But it's all stuff I'm very interested in, because retirement, I want to retire a millionaire minimum. I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. That's the goal. How does the pension work? I was told that for the pension, they take your highest paid 3 years in the Postal Service. I was talking to a floater who just won a float set, or she was on a route, then she's been on a really easy float set, and she was telling me, she's like, she's going to be on it for the next 3 years because T6s get paid a little more. So these next 3 years, she's going to make the most she's ever made. So, they're going to calculate that in her pension, that they take the 3 highest paid years. And then, that's if you were in a T6, you wouldn't, the pay would be less monthly. So, it's nice about having that pension, nice having the TSP, and then Social Security. So it's a lot of good things. We're going to retire pretty comfortably. Do you have any advice on how to deal with self-doubt or feeling like you were not good enough to do certain things? Yeah, 100%. This is definitely my forte, because when I was younger, I had a lot of self-doubt. When I was 21, I didn't have a purpose. I was very depressed. I didn't have any confidence or anything like that. And when you're dealing with self-doubt, who's telling you those things? It's yourself. So you got to start feeding yourself the right things, start telling yourself, the right things, and, telling yourself you could do it, and set small goals for yourself. And once you set small goals and accomplish them, that'll raise your confidence up. Do things that, release dopamine, like work out. For me, I trained MMA, and that gained my confidence up. And overcoming things will help that self-doubt, because once you start achieving, and at the post office too, I had self-doubt when I first started, because I'm like, why am I not good at this? This is just delivering mail. Why is it so complicated? But then you trial and error, you get better, and you start to overcome. You start to, start learning. You start getting better, and then it becomes easier. And then now your mind's telling yourself, I could do this. I could do this. So you got to feed your mind the right thoughts. If you got to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, I'm good enough. I say what you got to say in the mirror, and if you got to do that, then do that. But make sure you're telling yourself that you're good enough, and start overcoming things. Set small goals, and you'll start achieving. Appreciate that super chat. Anyone who orders cat litter online, or yeah, a lot of people order cat food and dog food, and it's not the best to carry. I was hearing it had to be a contract negotiated in September and sign off in October. Everything's supposed to take effect in January. Okay, it's supposed to take effect in January, so we got a long ways away. Instead of wasting 4 years getting useless degree and getting into debt, working at the post office and making money is what 18-year-olds should do. 100%. Some people are really smart. Some, like for me, I'm not a school guy. I'm not someone who learns by like books. I go out and do stuff. I learn the best by doing things. So certain people like me, if I would have known, the post office was hiring back in when I graduated 2012, I'd be killing it right now. So I think they should at schools say, promote union work, trade work, things like that, because a lot of people, they go into school and get some like sociology degree, or gender studies, like stuff that won't help them in the real world for the most part. And then they're stuck, they're in debt, and instead of being in debt, you could be making money, have good benefits. So there's a lot of people with college degrees who I work with, and they just stop pursuing their degree, or they stop pursuing the job that they went to get the degree for, because they're making so much money, have good benefits here. So they should definitely promote more union trade work in schools, because I thought I had to go to school. I thought I had to, get a degree, but there's other alternatives. But 100%. The customers order everything but the kitchen sink. I hate it when they order multiple packs of water. Oh yeah, water is very heavy and dense too. On our route, on a lot of our rural routes, they order like baby chickens and honey, or like bees and stuff. It's crazy what we order, or I think we ship. Well, I don't want to talk about that. Hey Nick, I just passed my LLV driving test today. Couldn't have done it without your videos of encouragement. Now I'm on to Academy. Yeah, awesome, Jacob. It's just one step at a time. Just LLV training. They don't want you to fail. They don't want you to fail. They're putting money into these carriers. They don't want to play games and say, hey, trick them into failing. No, they want you to succeed. They want you to go to these desperate offices that need help, and they want you to succeed. So just keep killing it. Are they cutting hours for CCAs in your area? Here in California, 16 CCAs in our office are getting 31 to 32 hours a week. Small checks, but still anything better than nothing. Oh no, if they put me under 50 hours, there's going to be some serious thinking, like getting a second job, like a full-time job, because I'm used to working like 60 plus. 56, I'll get by with that. But if it's under 50, that's because a lot of offices in my area, in the Chicagoland area, in the South Chicago, there's so many offices hurting right now. So for our hours to get cut and not go help those other offices would be crazy. But that's unfortunate that your hours are getting cut like that. I would definitely look into a second job. anything but like a competitor, like Amazon, UPS, you can't work for, obviously. Does your office cover more than one zip code? I work in the Detroit metro area. My office covers 2 zip codes, but has no RCA routes, just city routes. Yeah, so we do 3 zip codes. The one zip code six the I was about to say zip code. The one zip code is all rural, and then we have the zip code where I live in, and then the zip code out in the hills. So uh, we have 63 city routes, and then or we have 43 city routes and 20 rural routes, so 63 routes total. But yeah, we have rural and city routes. How many routes does your office have? I start working on the 12th. Looking forward to making money. I appreciate your videos. Yeah, thank you for the support, Robert. I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you get that money. Anytime the work becomes hard, or have that self doubt, say Nick says, get that money. Let's get this money. I say that all the time when I'm working. One carrier always gives me crap for it. How to work quick as a city carrier. How to work quick. The mindset should be how to work safe and efficient, because working quick, you'll make mistakes. There's been times where I've been rushing, when I've rushed routes, and I'll be one house off, and then I have to backtrack and redeliver. You know, make sure you're doing the job safely and effectively. That's the big thing. Uh, Safe and efficient. Don't worry about quick. Have you heard of a hold down on the T6 position? How is that fair? You aren't adding to your TSP. How is that fair? You aren't adding to your TSP nor getting insurance. What do you mean by that? Hold down on a T6 position. We have a CCA who has a hold down at our office on a T6 position, but she's still a CCA. But that T6 hasn't been to work in a long time. Yeah, I need to get my beard trimmed too. I'm hoping to find time to get to the barber on Sunday, because I'm looking really rough. Do you prefer routes with 1,000 homes but no walking, or long distance walking routes with only 400 homes? No, we got routes like that where the houses are so far apart. There's not that many houses, but they're so far apart. It's just, I like when the houses are closer together, because time goes by quicker that way. Your mind is more busy. But when the houses are so far apart, you already got your mail fingered, and you're already walking to the next house, and you start thinking, and you start getting bored, you start getting hungry. So I prefer houses that are closer together, and walking makes the job go by way quicker. When I'm driving, the time goes by a lot slower. All right. Just joined, so sorry if this question was asked already. No, never apologize for a question. If you got a question, I'm sure somebody else has the same one. What shoes do you wear? My Rocky Chuckas are starting to fall apart, and has it been 2 months? Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are those Rockies postal approved, right? So, postal approved shoes, ironically, are some of the worst ones I bought. So, I wear Nike Air Monarchs. Management's very big on being them all black, and yeah, when I wear my other shoes, my boots, they kill my Achilles, they kill my feet, my knees. When I wear the Nike Air Monarchs, they I also put the Dr. Scholl's insoles in them too, so that makes it more comfortable. So my feet should be messed up by how much I walk, but they're not as bad because of those shoes. Christina, Nike Air Monarchs. Well, I'm in Louisiana, and we have 41 rural routes and 9 city routes. Oh yeah, I'm sure. As you go down in the southern states, they probably have more rural routes than city routes, because my office is a city-dominated office. I'm in the Chicagoland area, so it's more city than rural. But we do have 20 rural routes in my office, and I know most of them because as a CCA, they have me bouncing around doing RCA stuff, which I don't mind. I'm gonna get the money if I'm on the city side or the rural side. Sometimes I come in early and start casing off the clock so I could leave the office on time like the regular carriers. No, don't do anything you're not, if you're not on the clock, don't do, when you first start, don't take money out of your pocket to buy a uniform, and don't do anything off the clock. Get paid for everything you do. Get paid for everything you do. What is your average take home, Nick, every check? Take home, it depends, like weekly. It depends, because sometimes I'll work more, but on average, I get over 2,000 take home, but they take out what's like 1,100 out for everything, benefits, TSP, all that stuff. They take like $1,100. So my take home is usually over 2,000. It just depends on how many hours I work. But yeah, I'm on pace to hit a little under 80,000 again this year. But they're watching my hours like under a microscope. I'm not sure why. I wanna work. You know, a lot of people don't want to work. I want to work. I was telling the 204B over one of our carriers who's at Tri-City. I was telling her, I'm like, I'm a lion. Let me eat. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me eat. And they're capping me out right now. We have 6 rural routes, 2 city routes. Oh, that's a tiny office. That's a tiny office. I could do all those routes in 1 week. But you know, a small office like that and has its advantages and disadvantages too. You're more under a microscope with those, with not, well, you have 8 regulars, so well, plus like T6s and stuff, so you don't have that many regulars. Management like only has a few carriers to worry about, so you're more under a microscope like that. Awesome, thank you for the shoe tip. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Dr. Scholl's insoles, they you know, they work pretty good for me. Such a gorgeous night out. Hope you guys are you know, enjoying this nice weather. Did you ever grieve when you cross crafts? No, it would be on the rural side. I think the rural carriers file grievances when we go help because we're taking their hours away. But I wouldn't want to file a grievance because if I don't got work on the city side, I'll go help out on the rural side. I want to get my money any way possible. If I got to throw packages, if I got to, you know, go on the rural side, you know, I'm going to make my money no matter what. And I let them know that. So I also came in early off the clock. Our office encourages that and wants you off almost as soon as you get back to the office. Yeah, try not to do stuff off the clock. You want to get paid for everything you do. So don't let management rush you. You got a certain amount of time at the end of you got a certain amount of office time at the end of the day. So don't let management rush you like that. Don't do anything that you're not paid to do. When you put your Dr. Scholl's inserts in, do you take out the insoles that came with the shoe? I leave it. Just for extra cushion, I leave it. What do you think about routes that have a lot of CBUs? The one route in particular, we have a City 32 that has a lot of cluster boxes. I really don't like a lot of them because if odds are one or multiple cluster boxes will have something wrong with them, where like when I was on City 38 on Saturday, there's a cluster box where, you know, you gotta, there's certain tricks to open each one because they're not brand new cluster boxes, so you gotta open them a certain way, so they get kind of confusing. And you know, if you can't get it open, it gets a little annoying trying to open it, and might take you a little bit to open it. Then you have to send a text to the carrier, hey, how do you open cluster box on, you know, on that street? And it's but a few cluster boxes is nice. Like on City 17, the Stairmaster, they got a bunch of, I think they got 7 cluster boxes, and that's not a bunch, but they got 7 cluster boxes, and it's a break from all the stairs. So I do like 2 relays, which are 30 minutes a piece, and then do the cluster boxes, which is a nice little break. But doing them constantly, you know, they could be a pain. And if they got cluster boxes, most routes with cluster boxes have usually a lot of packages in my the routes in my office, there's a lot of routes. If they have cluster boxes, they usually get a lot of packages. When do we start making the real money? I hope they cut the time to reach max step in the next contract. We have a carrier in our office on track to hit 180K for the year. 180K. I don't. That's literally working like probably 80 to 90 hours a week, because that's 180K. I never heard that much. The overtime listers in my office are making 125K, 100 to 125K that are a top pay. But 100K, 180K, that's insane. That's insane. Good for them though. Good for them. When you work off the clock, you're working for free. Absolutely. Don't do anything you're not getting paid to do. Make sure you get paid for every second that you work. Make sure you get paid. What's the deal with sorting the mail? How do you sort it so you can deliver it efficiently? Yeah, so that's the hardest part. When you're at the office and you case up, you pull down. When you're organizing the truck, if you're new to a route, use the load truck feature. It'll have 6 different Section 6 is the the end of the route. Section 6 is the end of the route, and Section 6 is the end of the route. Then Section 1 is the beginning of the route. So you'll be able to, Section 3 would be the middle of the route. So make sure you use that load truck feature to organize your packages. Yeah, make sure you set yourself up to win at the end when you're setting your truck up. Make sure you put the mail the right way. Some people put their mail differently. Like I'll usually do DPS, case mail, third bundle, and then like if I'm in an LLV, below my tray, I'll put my packages for that street or wherever I'm at. Yeah, everyone has their own way of sorting things out. Some people put their Section 1 right by the desk in the LLV. Some people, like I put my Section 1 in the back of the LLV. So you'll find your own system, whatever works best for you, whatever is most convenient for you. You'll find your own way to organize the truck. Yes, you were working for free off the clock. Yeah, that's 100%. How long you been a CCA? I was a CCA for a little over 2 years. I turned PTF earlier this year, January 28th. So I've been a PTF for like 4 months now. 100K for a carrier. That guy must have no life. Yeah, that's literally they got a cot in the back. That's 180K. That's crazy. That is crazy. You ever plan on moving around the post office, or do you plan on retiring as a carrier? I don't know what the future holds. Right now, I'm good where I'm at. I'm making money. I'm able to put money away. I'm putting money towards my condo. Got a new floor coming in Monday. Constantly making upgrades and saving money. So I'm good where I'm at right now. If something, if an opportunity presents itself where it's a good opportunity, I might take it. Who knows? But I like to keep my options open. Tough to have a life. How many hour we are doing? This guy does 80 to 85 hours every week, 4 hours of collections every day, and then the hours on Sunday vary. Yeah, 80 to 85 hours. That's like peak season. Peak season yearly. That's insane. Maybe he'll do that for 5-10 years, become a millionaire, and dip. That's crazy though. That's crazy. Let me ask you this: as I'm researching at this job, are there carriers who only do walk-in, other carriers only do bread truck deliveries, or do the walkers go into the office later and do truck later? There's certain routes, like my office has a combination of all the routes. So there's walking routes, there's apartments, there's CBUs, there's businesses. There's different routes. It just depends on where you're at. Obviously, the people with more seniority bid on the driving routes. The walking routes tend to be the lower on the totem pole carriers. So it just depends on what type of office you have, and we're all under the same umbrella. Walking route or mounted route, we all leave at the same time. We all use the same truck. There's certain, like our City 14 uses a 2-ton. the hold that I'm on right now, CD18, they I use a ProMaster, so it just depends on the route and your area. If you're in an area where it's a lot of like apartments and stuff, you're going to be doing a lot of apartments and CBUs. But if you're in more of a, in the city type, you're going to do a lot of high rises and stuff like that. So it just depends on your office. There's no right or wrong way to do the job. Got to do what works for you. Keys got to get organized. Yeah, 100%. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just get organized and find your own system, find your own routine, and stick with that. Do CCAs deliver to business or just residential? We deliver to any. We deliver to apartments. We deliver to townhomes, houses, businesses, churches. Grocery stores. We deliver everywhere. We deliver everywhere. Are you burnt out working all those hours? Uh, you know, that's just who I am. I burn myself out. If I'm not going to burn myself out working these hours, I'm going to burn myself out training MMA. I'm going to burn myself out, doing stuff around the house. I'm going to burn that's how I'm wired. I'm wired to just, get after it. Stuff's got to be done. Might as well get paid for burning myself out. So, but I don't feel too burnt out. I do all the right things. I eat really good nutrition. I eat a lot of good foods. I don't eat a lot of crap. I don't drink soda. I don't drink alcohol. I get at least 7 hours of sleep daily. I do a lot of the right things. And if I went out partying, drinking, being a degenerate, I would probably be really burnt out. But I do all my right things because I have goals. By the time I'm 40, I want to be a millionaire. So I'm constantly trying to better myself, and that comes with my nutrition. It comes with my sleeping habits and my money. So I feel burnt out around the holiday season. But right now the weather's nice. I can't complain. I'm very blessed. What's the best postal uniform website? I wouldn't recommend. I had a bad experience with the postal uniform website. I bought gloves. On the postal uniform website, and I bought them in the fall, and I didn't get them to the spring. And I'm like, I don't need these no more. So, it took a long time to get. Maybe other people had different experiences, but for me, buying stuff online, it didn't do me any good. I go to the uniform store in Joliet, and they usually have a lot of good stuff. Check to see if there's any place you can go physically so you could go see what they have and get the stuff right away instead of waiting months like I did. Is the ARC position good money? I'm a teacher. I feel like that position would be good money for me. It's very easy money. It's just my brother's an ARC, and I'm trying to get him to make a YouTube channel about it, but he doesn't like being in front of the camera, and stuff. So, but if you're looking for a job that's like 1 day a week, easy money, just packages, you work Sundays and holidays. My office, ARCs can come in and throw packages. ARCs can come in and do express. ARCs can come in and run route packages. So it's a good job. It's like it's an actual part-time job at the post office. So if you said you're a teacher, yeah, that would definitely be a good job for a teacher because you don't work Sundays, right? Definitely consider it because you could choose to only work 1 day, the Sunday and the holidays, or you could ask your office to come in and run express and do. Well, you can't touch mail, but you can do packages. How much are you making on hour now as a regular, if you don't mind me asking? Well, I'm a PTF and I'm getting paid $22.13 an hour. I think my next raise is at the end of the year. The unassigned regulars who were PTFs for 2 years, they were at like 24 something by the time they were converted. So, you keep moving up every year. I'm at 22.13. That's obviously before the overtime. Today is my second day doing a new route, and they said I needed to be done in 6 hours. They pulled up on me at an apartment, intimidating me, and just walked away without even saying bye. Yeah, management does that. They'll unannounced come up and check on you and stuff. Every route comes at like if it's a route and you're hitting the street already, it's 6 hours. So just do the best you can. Make sure you're doing all the right things, staying safe, and I wouldn't worry, Michael. Our office is in Revere, Massachusetts. Really busy, about 65 routes, all city. Oh, nice. It's around the same size as my office. Get that money, get that bag. How much did you start off at as a CCA? I'm in Florida. We started in 1966, I believe. When I was a CCA, I started off at 1729. So I didn't start off at the 1933 or whatever everyone else is starting at. I started off 1729. So I've gained over $5 an hour since I started. So, we're constantly improving. So we're constantly going up in pay. Now they're going to walk with me tomorrow. Oh, they're gonna walk with you tomorrow. I hate people looking over my shoulder. I really don't like that. But just make sure you don't let them get to you. Just do everything safely and by the book, and you'll be fine. Those LOVs is a hot box. Yeah, they really are. They're like little ovens. I'm so happy I'm in a ProMaster. I'm blaring the AC, the gas. It just I have to get gas more often, but it's those LOVs are hot little ovens. Bake like a brownie. Swear to God. What is the most important thing to you? Make all this money at the cost of having not much of a life. I think it is a good idea to grind it out while you're young. Yeah, if I'm about to be 29 years old. You know, what am I gonna do if I'm not out here grinding for my future, making money, bettering myself? I'll just be out in the clubs doing degenerate stuff. So I see it as I'm preparing for my future, and I'm staying out of trouble this way. Whoops, I didn't highlight your comment. Thank you for all the info and spreading positivity. The world needs more of it. Waiting for background to clear. Can I accept another job station if offered? I got another job offered in another state or another site. Yeah, accept or decline the one that you accepted and then accept that other one if that's the one you want to go to. But I'll weigh the pros and cons. What part of Chicago you work out of? I don't like saying the specific part where I'm at. I'm in the South Chicagoland area. I got one of my buddies who I went to high school with. He's working in the city, and he's delivering not the so best parts. And he's told me a few stories like being threatened on the route and stuff. So he's in the hood. The town I live in is super good, and then you cross the I-57, and it's in the hood. So, but my buddy, he's in the hood, like in the in the really bad areas. Temps have been measured at 120 degrees, and LLVs got to keep drinking water. 100%. If you're out here delivering, make sure you have a big water jug. Make sure you're hydrated. If you got to stop and go get a water, like today, I didn't bring enough water. I thought it was only going to be like 70 degrees. I went to the store, got a dragon fruit vitamin water. Always stay hydrated. If you got to do what you got to do to make sure you don't suffer heat stroke, pass out. I had a guy who commented last year when he first started, he had to go to the hospital on the route. So make sure you guys are staying hydrated. It's super important. Michael Scott, who pulled up on you? Probably Postmaster, my guess. How long should it take for the office to add the new homes to the case? My DPS is 12 homes for my actual first stop. The DPS and Red Plum should match your first stop. I'm not sure. We have a route right now that has new cluster boxes, or new development on cluster boxes, and like it comes in the right in the beginning of the DPS, but it's not on the case yet. So they take forever on that stuff. How's City 8? Nah, I wish I was on City 8. Are you referring to when they told me 8 and I thought I was on City 8? Yeah, but I wish I was on City 8. It's a super cake route, but I'm on 18 at the moment. What do you say to people to keep their hands out of the CBUs? I say I'll just be a couple minutes, but I get people hovering over. Yeah, see, I didn't realize how big of a thing is with the mail. people will literally watch you. They'll look out their window for you. I didn't realize it was that big of a thing, mail. So, you know, I for me, if I'm good on time, I'll fish it out for them. Create that customer rapport and customer service. But if I'm really busy and like they're like hovering over me, I'll be like, just give me 1 second. Just you know, give me 5 minutes. I'll be done with this cluster box in 5 minutes. Then you could have at it. Just make sure you know, what are they gonna say? Just give me 5 minutes, or just bring their mail back if they're being too stubborn. We had a carrier get robbed yesterday in Peoria. Oh, you're down in Peoria? That's south. Yeah, it's crazy because a lot of this stuff doesn't even get reported. Like the stuff that happens out here, a lot of stuff doesn't go reported. Yeah, stay safe out there, Quincy. Stay safe out there. I've been to Peoria twice for a wrestling tournament at the Civic Center back when I was a kid. Stay safe out there. That happens quite frequently. Just make sure you guys are watching your back. Make sure you guys are aware of what's around you, because we could be an easy target. Do your research when applying. Know the location. Yeah, also know the location too, because there's Lola. There's some offices that the one, like my office, one town is good, the other town is not so good. So some offices have a good office and a bad office, or they do 2 zip codes or whatever. So do your research on the area. It sucks to hear. I live 3 miles from my office. I'm concerned about the SNDCs. I heard you say your condo is close to your office. Are you concerned yet about relocating? Yeah, that's the one thing. Like when we started doing our Sundays out, close to this city. I'm not working Sundays anymore, but our ARCs are going down there, and they moved to that office. And our supervisors don't even go there anymore, because it would just be because they're coming from like Indiana and like on the border, and that's like over an hour drive one way. So I really hope, because I know they're going to be building like these big post offices where a bunch of offices are working out of one location. So that does concern me, but hopefully it's not too far away. If it's at where we're doing our Sundays, that won't be too bad. But I hope we stay at this office because I literally see the street right now. I'm looking off my balcony where my post office is. On that street right there, you just take a left and it's all the way down. So I really hope they stay there as long as possible, because I don't have to fill up my tank for at least 2 weeks. I'm literally down the street. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Yeah, no problem. If you enjoy this content, you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe, send this content to your friends, your carrier friends, new CCAs. Helps. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I love talking to you guys, because not a lot of people have that, that reference of being carriers. A lot of people don't know what we go through. But 56 people in here, I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate the support. Every time I've gotten chased by a dog 3 times, I have a mini panic attack and cry like a baby, because it was a really scary experience. You take a breather after you get chased. So you got to do what you got to do. If you need to take a breather, take a breather. If you make sure you, because like when we were told in academy, like make sure you're aware of like certain dog, like in the grass, you'll see like dog leashes, dog toys. Make sure you're aware of that stuff. So you're like, okay, there's a dog here. Got to be on my toes. Yesterday I had a wolf dog. It didn't bite me, but it literally lunged at me, and I was able to calm the situation down. But if you gotta take a breather, just do what you got to do. But yeah, hopefully, being chased, it is a scary experience. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but a lot of us have to deal with the same thing. So, don't feel like you're beneath, taking a breather. So, just take a deep breath. There's a lot of dogs out there, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just, stay vigilant and be aware of your surroundings. Be on the lookout for dog, things that could indicate a dog living there. There's one German Shepherd. I know it's gonna get me. I know it's gonna get me. They leave the door open, and it's just it's very aggressive German Shepherd. It's on the second to last relay on my hold down, and there's a warning on the scanner for it. I know it's gonna get me eventually, but I try to take every precaution necessary because I'll deliver their mail, and they'll usually get big packages, so I'll drop it off after the relay, and then they'll open the door, and I'm like, you got packages coming. So some owners are very they shouldn't have dogs. I tell customers at the CBU nothing can be given or taken while the carrier is present. Yeah, you could say things like that. Like if a customer tries to talk to me, like I'm busy, I gotta go. I'm like, hey, this scanner, bings them when I'm standing too long or whatever. Which and it's true. After 10 minutes, they'll see that you're standing in one spot. So I'll let them know that right away. I start next week as a CCA and have been watching your videos to get an idea how it's going to be. Thank you for the content, and it has really helped me understand the way it works. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of my videos, giving people the knowledge. Me, JH, Westside Dave, we're all trying to, make your guys' lives easier and give you guys a community too. Like a lot of your comments are helping out other people too. What is DPS? DPS is our letters that are organized. They come in DPS trays. They come in these trays. Because case mail, there's case mail where we got a case in ourselves. DPS is mail that comes from, the plants that are all in delivery order. That's why when they say follow the mail, you follow the DPS because it goes in delivery route order. I'm going to use that next time. Okay, we'll have to wait until next day for the mail. I actually had a dude following me Sunday, had to ditch the route that day. Oh, did you put on your scanner someone was following you? That's weird. Someone following you. As a federal employee, are you allowed to conceal carry? No, you're not. Hey, boo, Lola. No, you're not. You can't carry any type of weapons, especially in a federal building. You can't carry any weapon in the vehicle, on the property. Don't carry any type of weapons, knives, guns. Even if you got your FOID card, in Illinois, FOID card, concealed carry, 2 different licenses. Even if you got both, you still can't carry on the clock. Don't lose your job over that. Program the dog alert in your scanner for your coworkers when it's your day off. Ours go off automatically, the dog alerts. Every relay on my route, there's at least 2 dog warnings. What's the retirement limit? What, for like the age, or? I already accepted the job in email, but for some reason, the station they put me at wasn't the site offer, not like in the area. If I accept the new location, I wonder if I could transfer. I think the best, since you're new, would be to resign and reapply. Resign and reapply to the office that you want to go to. If you don't like the station, get out now while you can. I had a dog jump on the screen door, and two of them try to attack me before the owner came out. Yeah, it's why people know that their dog could open the door, or dogs, like, especially if they're on a walking route, they know the mailman's coming. So it's they shouldn't have dogs. It's neglect. Everyone was clearing their cases one day, shoppers and all. Next day, some dirtbag raider called out, and I had to do it all over again. Good times. Hard work creates character. It really does. Like, the hard days make me really appreciate the good days. Like, today was an easy day, so it really makes me appreciate the good days. I think it's like 59.5 or something like that. Yep, resign while you have a chance. Yeah, definitely resign and reapply, because they're not going to let you transfer. So you're new, just make sure you resign the right way so you can get your job back. But I'm gonna end the live stream here now. I still got a shower, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my night. Hopefully you guys, it's so beautiful. I'm never really out here on my balcony, but thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm gonna try to make these a regular thing. Let me like this video. Let me know if you guys want me to make these a regular thing after work, and if you guys will tune in, I had like 45 to 55 people in here consistently. I love you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.